Good morning, boys and girls, friends, enemies, anyone else who wants to watch. Isn't this a gorgeous day? Now, I'm going on a ride tomorrow up to the RTTW, round trip of about 350 miles. And we've got weather predictions for a massive low coming through with heavy rainstorms on the way, so I'll get well wet. And I was watching a few videos on packing your bike. Now, okay, I've got a BMW with lots of boxes, but I'm not going on holiday, so I don't want to take everything with me. But 350 miles and being self-reliant, I thought I'd do a video on what Alan takes with him. I've taken all this gear even on a naked bike with a tank bag and a rucksack, or the girlfriend wearing a rucksack, so it's doable. I don't expect you to take any of this, but I'm hoping it might give you some ideas and a few what ifs. I watched two puncture repair videos. One was in a garage, one was at the side of the road on a sunny day. What if it's hacking down with rain and it's dark? I've seen breakdown videos. What if you haven't got a mobile signal or your battery's flat? What if you've got there, you're wet, you're doing whatever you want to do, you've got 150, 200 mile ride home. So these are a few things that Alan takes with him, okay? If you pick up one idea from this video, well, it's worth it. Obvious, check the bike over. Before you go on any long trip, your tyres, tyre pressures, oil level, you know all that. Tools. Now, when I trained as a mechanic, I did a 2-year stint as a roadside recovery operative. So I take a selection of tools for me, but I also take, apart from all the metric spanners, side cutters, pliers, multitude of screwdrivers. I also take in there, it looks heavy because there's a few imperial spanners, because one of my friends rides an old British bike, another rides a Harley. You know, it'd be nice to be able to help them if they break down. Little pair of side cutters. Why? Well, if you've got wiring problems, they are a bitch to get off to get to your wire connectors. So if you want to carry light, I used to carry nail snippers and a couple of spare connectors. Rags. The times rags have got me out of trouble. Wiping hands, drying electrics, cleaning things, whatever. A couple of rags. In here, I've got a little pump for if I get a puncture. Natty little thing. Only used it once. But punctures are your most obvious. So in this little box here, I've got the usual puncture stuff, which is your tin tubes, your little rubber grommets, your glue. That's all fine. But what if you're at the side of the road and it's hacking down with rain? A good torch. Make sure the battery's new. In there I've got a torch, and I know that'll give me 4 hours of life. I've got a set of Allen keys, and in that little packet there I've got a pad for going under the side stand, so that if I break down at the side of the road and I've got to push it onto the grass verge, I can put it on the stand on that little pad. I can still work on the bike. In this one I've got my charging gear for my phone and for my GoPro batteries. I've got my secondary fuse box. Now that is important. Never put an accessory on your bike without a fuse. I was riding through Spain 12 years ago now. I was on an 1150 GS, my friend was on the new 1200. He was going across to Portugal, Sierras, his bike died. 23 hours before we got recovered. And the problem was he'd wired in a sat-nav direct. Sat-nav had gone faulty with rain, blown his computer on the bike. Ended up costing him nearly 800 quid. So fuse everything. USB charger for my phone, for my accessories. Again, separate switch and fused. Never put anything on without second fuse. Okay, that's the tools section of it. I'll move on to what I take for comfort next. Right, moving on. Comfort. The first thing I always carry, bottle of water. Stop at a set of traffic lights, no problem, quick sip of water. It just makes the day nice. You can stick it anywhere you want, but I always carry a bottle of water for the ride. You get stuck in heavy traffic, set of roadworks, sip of water, it's just nice. Now in here, the most important thing I've got is a vacuum pack. Now in that vacuum pack I've got spare socks, underpants, t-shirt, jeans. I also carry an electric pump because I'm a lazy bastard. If I get a puncture, I don't want to have to try and find a garage, I don't want to have to try and pump it up. That's me because I've got the space to carry it. I carry a little socket set because I can, but neither of those two is needed. But the dry clothes. You've had a miserable time, you've broken down, you're wet, or where you've been, you've got wet slowly on the way there, on the way back, whatever. Call into a McDonald's, nice dry clothes on, nice coffee, put your outer wet gear, which will still be damp on, carry on your trip. Comfort makes the last 100 miles absolutely magic. Okay, next box. I've had to empty this one, but again, all this stuff is carryable. Multi-fuel bottle, 2 cups, bottle of water, a little multi-fuel cooker, and a little pint of oil. Oil, obvious reasons for carrying that. The cooker. You're broken down at the side of the road. It's 11 o'clock at night, you're wet, you're cold. If you find a mobile signal, if your mobile battery is charged, you've called the RAC. They tell you it's going to be an hour. Put a cup of tea on. I do. I carry a couple of little packets of instant coffee, boil a spot of water, have a cup of coffee, sit down, wait for the RAC. It's not heavy, easy to pack. Yeah, it looks a lot because it's in a big bag, but actually, if you look in the bag, there's virtually nothing there. It all goes in a tank bag or a backpack. It'll all fit. Comfort. A couple of other last things I carry. In there I've got one of those little rotating emergency flashing lamps I can stick on there, so if I am on the side of the road somewhere, I can be seen and I'm not running the bike battery down. You never know, you might need the bike battery to wind it over. I've got a fluorescent jacket in there and a few other bits and bobs. In there in the morning will go a clean change of neck warmer and gloves. Another handy tip is if you've got new gear, don't wear it on a long trip for the first time. Break it in first. There's nothing worse than putting on your brand new boots or your brand new gloves, getting 200 miles up the road, and because they haven't been broken in, they're chafing your fingers, they're chafing your boots. If you're doing a long trip, always wear old, reliable, trustworthy gear. It can make your trip so much more comfortable. So, 350-mile round trip in the rain. It'll be inconvenient, but it won't be uncomfortable. If somebody else breaks down, I can help them or offer them help. And if I don't need any of that stuff, brilliant. I haven't on the last 4 very long trips. I got north, 400-mile trip, regular basis. A couple of times I've stopped just out of laziness. Nice little side of the road, lay by, made a cup of tea. If you break a journey up, it makes a long journey far more comfortable. So think comfort. A lot of people get on a bike these days and think, yeah, no problem, 400 miles, do it. By the end of it, they're tired, they're worn out, they're aching. Why? Enjoy a ride. I do. Catch you soon. Stay happy. And just keep smiling at the buggers. Bye.